Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of D3 Design, helpful hints each week from me to you. Today we're going to be in this living room and dining room, and we're in the same house as last week with the kitchen remodel and upgrade. What we're going to be doing is concentrating on brightening this up and giving it a little bit of a personality without giving it too much of a personality, so when clients come in to purchase this home or look at it, they're not subject to, I don't like that color, or it's not neutral enough, or things like that. So I'm keeping it neutral, but trying to brighten it up. As you can see from behind me, it's a little dark, and you don't really see the fireplace. And as you can see from the before photo of this, the mantle was a dark, dark wood. And with the dark chocolate wall and everything, you just kind of lost the focal point of the room. So I painted the mantle white, and this back wall, the chocolate wall, and this side wall here are going to be a beautiful green. Why don't you come over here with me and I'll show you. And we're moving, and we're moving, and we're moving, and we're here. So, anytime that I've talked about color in the past, it's really, really important to look at your hues and tones. As you can see, the client prior had already painted a beige in here, and then they did the focal wall in chocolate, which isn't really a focal wall, unfortunately. You kind of lose the fireplace and everything with it. I took off the brass grate that was in front of the fireplace because it was just dated and just didn't need to be there anymore. So we're going to leave that open. And when we stage a home, when it comes to that point, all I'm going to do is throw some candles in there, light them, make it smell good, and we're good to go. The mantle's been painted already, as I said earlier. So over here, let me show you what I've decided to do. So, I am actually going to paint two accent walls in this house. This wall, let me get more up on my brush. I don't know, hopefully y'all can see that. What I'm doing is, it's actually a soft green. This wall and the wall that the fireplace is on is going to be this soft green. Now, as you can see, the wall it's beige, but it's very yellow, blushy beige. Not a great beige when you're trying to be neutral. So what I'm going to do is, see that spot on the wall? The spot is the new beige. And as you can see, the big difference when I talk about colors and doing your beiges and watching your hues and background colors, this is what I'm talking about. This is a bad beige. This is a good beige. It's actually a true beige. It has a brown tinting to it. It doesn't have yellow. It doesn't have a green. It doesn't have a pink backing. It actually has brown. And that's going to lighten everything up, especially with all the trim that I just repainted. Now when you do whites, this is another thing I've said in the past. Every tone, every color has different tones to it, and you have to be careful what you pick. White is another one. There's probably 50 different tones of white and then some. So when I first came in here, the trim, the doors and everything were kind of a gray, yellowy white, So all I've done is gone through and took an ultra bright white. And I think it's going to freshen it up and brighten it up. So all this white trim on this light beige and the green off this blue furniture in here is going to be spectacular. And it's going to make the statement that the homeowner wants to have. And then also the prospective buyers coming in are going to love it. And then we'll concentrate later on when the house actually goes up for sale. Prior to that, we're going to work on placement of furniture, drapes, pretty stuff like that to make it a final statement and a final say-so. Stick around, there's more to come. Okay, so we have one coat up except for all the edging. When you're doing edging, this is going to be one of your best friends. Those other gadgets, I've tried them, they don't really work. It's this red pad plastic with some rollers on top and a pad on the back. What you have to be careful of is when you're putting paint on this, not to get it on the rollers. That's the whole point of having the edger. This edger, the rollers guide along whatever you're trying to edge out. And so I filled it with paint, and then what I do normally is kind of try to take a little excess off, rub it a little so you don't overdo it. Stick it to your ceiling and run it across a couple times. Popcorn ceiling's a pain in the butt, and that's why you dab it first so it doesn't bleed everywhere. But what you're going to get is perfect edging. Okay, so remember, best friend. Now, when I picked this green, the homeowner actually does not like it. But that's okay, because you know what? When you decide to put your home on the market and put it up for sale, it is not about you anymore. You don't have to like your color that you're painting on the wall, and neither does the homeowner, neither do I. But what this does, it brightens the space up. It's a neutral palette, but it's also a neutral that says something. So, don't have to like it, the homeowner doesn't like it, and you know what? She'll be fine, because when the house sells, she still ain't gonna like it, but the house is gonna be sold. Okay, so here we are, everybody. This is where we're at in the project. The green is done. Now look at that fireplace. It looks so much better. It actually stands out now as a focal point between the light pale green back wall, changing the mantle to a white, removing the old dated brass fireplace cover. Once it's staged with the right draper on each side of the windows, on each side of the fireplace I mean, it'll be fabulous. And I've also taken all the paint that I'm doing currently is a flat base. These walls are extremely high textured, and as you can see, it's got a peach beige on it right now. What I've done is, you can see where the lighter color is now going up. That's the new beige, and it is a flat. You can see the big difference in those two beiges. The bottom color is the old color, the top lighter color is the new beige. Look at the difference. This is what I talk about every time on my videos, is look at your colors, bring them home, see what they do. The new beige that I'm using is very transitional for different wood types and furniture. It'll be easier with someone coming in to purchase this house to visualize their furniture with this instead of this peachy mess. So hopefully you understand. I'm going to continue painting and removing this glaze ick from the wall and putting a beautiful beige up. Okay, so we've got 2 coats of the green on. I'm outside right now. Anytime that you're doing a home update, home improvement, or just trying to sell, cleaning your house is one of the main things you need to do. So, when it comes to silk plants, I've said this in the past, and now I'm going to demonstrate. It's really easy. So here we are outside. Let me get this for you. And we have this tree here that is just saturated with dust. And that doesn't look good. Anytime you're trying to sell your house, customers, clients come in, and it just doesn't look good. It looks dirty. And anytime that they find something dirty, they just find more and more. So, what I've got, scrubbing bubbles. Easiest thing. I know it sounds weird, but all you do, spray it on. And when I mean spray it on, I mean, whoo, praise Jesus, cover it up. Okay, what this does, there's something in this. Not only does it clean your tile, but it also eats the dust and disappears. No scrubbing, no nothing. All you do is spray it on. Now you can see it's just coated. It's just sitting there. And you just let it sit outside and done. If you want to do it in your house, do it in your house. It's not messy, anything. And it actually smells pretty good. And give it 15-20 minutes and your plant will be brand new. Ta-da! It's like snow, but not really. There you go. And that is how you easily clean your plants. No excuses for having dirty plants.